Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. It's getting very obvious that those who desire Nnamdi Kanu's detention and permanent stay in life imprisonment are actually more from Southeast than every other place. You're going to find out in a moment what is making other Southeasterners to raise eyebrow because information are spilling out. Now, Ejimofo Opara, who happens to be the special advisor on media to Anambra State Governor, that's Chukwuma Soludo, as at on Sunday, June 14th, criticized the controversial comments made by PeterObi regarding the trial, conviction, and sentencing of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, in a statement titled, "One Statement Too Many," PeterObi slaps Finland and Nigerian judiciary, which he shared on his Facebook page. Now, Opara described the Nigerian Democratic Congress NDC chieftain remarks as a major slap not only on the Nigerian judiciary, but also on the judiciary of Finland, where Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu's prodigy, was tried, convicted, and is currently serving a 6-year prison sentence for terrorism-related offenses. Opara specifically took issue with the presidential hopefuls' recent assertion that there was no justification for Kanu's continued detention, describing the comment as careless and self-serving. For those of us who did not see that video where PeterObi spoke concerning the issue of the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, please check our playlist. He spoke extensively on that. But let's continue anyway. Now, furthermore, the Anambra State government spokesperson argued that Obi owed both the Nigerian judiciary and the Finnish court a public apology over the remarks. Opara wrote, and I quote, "Peter is a product of the Nigerian judiciary. In 2006, the judiciary restored his mandate against all known odds. The same judiciary came to his rescue in 2007 after Aide had skillfully maneuvered him out of the power game. If there's anyone who should have utmost respect for and become an ambassador of the Nigerian judiciary, that person should be Peter Gregory Obi." For context, PeterObi's careless and self-serving comments on the trial, conviction, and sentencing of Nnamdi Kanu are a major slap on not just the Nigerian judiciary, but more of an insult against the judiciary of Finland, where Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu's prodigy, was tried, found guilty, and is currently serving a 6-year jail term for terrorism-related offenses. He continued, "For a man going into a major election, pandering to terrorists is not an advantage, especially when the judiciary has painstakingly committed itself to ensuring a just and open process. If PeterObi were smart and clear-headed, he would have known that the judiciary permitted a live broadcast of the final proceedings of Nnamdi Kanu's conviction and sentencing precisely to avert careless statements like the one Obi made from faraway Maryland, United States of America." Opara added, he didn't stop there. "Even the judiciary pretends not to have seen Obi's gaffe. History books will not forget that persons like Obi existed solely to destroy institutions and individuals who made them, just to advance a futile personal ambition. Peter owes both the Nigerian judiciary and the courts in Finland an open apology." Now recall that sometime in September 2025, a court in Finland sentenced a controversial leader of a Nigerian secessionist movement to 6 years imprisonment after convicting him of terrorism-related offenses. Now, Simon Ekpa happened to be a Finnish citizen of Nigerian origin, attempted to promote the independence of the purported Biafran region in southeastern Nigeria by illegal means. Now, according to court documents cited by the BBC, now he also equipped armed groups with weapons through his network of contacts. The Hame District Court ruled in a unanimous verdict handed down by a panel of 3 judges. In November 2025, the Federal High Court Abuja sentenced Kanu to life in prison after convicting him on 7 charges related to terrorism in a years-long trial. In his ruling, the judge, James Omotosho, said that the prosecutors proved that Abia-born Kanu's broadcast and others to his now banned IPOB group incited deadly moves on security officers, forces, and citizens in the southeast region. Now, this has been the wahala since for a while now. IPOB, of course, have come out and also condemned Obara for what he said. Of course, that's a story for another day. But Nigerians have started reacting to this. Obi said when he traveled to the United States to have engagement with Nigerians living in the diaspora, in the United States talked about the asking the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. He said they should put it on record. For some of us who didn't see the video, let me just summarize what he said, that Nnamdi Kanu really has no business being in prison, and that it was a broadcast he made, that if there have been people talk, and the talk should not really be seen, you shouldn't be in prison really, just a case of talking, really, in a summary. But for better understanding, check out playlist, you get to hear him word for word what PeterObi said, in a video covered. Now, but Nigerians have started reacting. Let me just take one or two reactions from this very quickly. Someone here says, I'm also delighted to know that we still have sane leaders and statesmen. Peter's desperation will be his downfall. Someone here is saying. Another person here says, enweghị onye kpọrọ ndị Igbo asị karịa Soludo. If you understand it, you can actually interpret what this young person here said. While somebody here says, well, and the person took time to interpret it. He said, nobody hates Igbo people more than Soludo. Nobody. The person just interpreted it. Okay, but then again, some people say that Soludo is from Dwara. Everybody knows PeterObi and all that. Whatever the case is, now let's look at this critically. If I was to be PeterObi, really, I would stay clear of this Nnamdi Kanu's release and no release issue. I'll stay clear of it. If you notice very critically and well, notice that the person of Atiku Abubakar has stayed clear of anything called Fulani herdsmen, Fulani militia, Fulani tribe, anything that has to do with Fulani. Atiku Abubakar pretends as if he's not even seeing or hearing the news. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't discuss it. He doesn't even mention it. He just pretends as if Fulani herdsmen in his dictionary does not exist. PeterObi would have played that same card. This is a very controversial issue that either which way you'll be dragged. But then, it's a case of Onyanyala Wanea. He cannot, he said what he said. If the standards are double, then by all means, he should be released. That's what he's trying to say in summary. Terrorists are being forgiven, rehabilitated. Sometimes a good amount of money is set aside for them, regardless of the ills they do in the society. And someone said some things that incited whatever. He's serving life imprisonment. They were able to locate him, bring him back to Nigeria, try him, and now he's serving life imprisonment. Why can't you do the same to this same Fulani herdsmen? That's food for thought. Let's maintain our conversation. What's your take?